This video is about timelines. Now the picture you can see here is a timeline showing everything that happened in the Bible. And if you recall from history, BC is before Christ, and everything after Jesus was born, which is here, is AD, Anno Domini. So Anno Domini meaning in the year of our Lord. So if you have a look here, everything in the Old Testament is in BC, before Christ. So in 2000 BC, Abraham lived. In 1500 BC, the Exodus happened. 1000 BC, King David lived. 500 BC, Babylonian captivity. And then in 1 AD, Jesus was born and Jerusalem was destroyed 70 years later. Now, please note that the scale is equal. So every 500 years we have a different mark. So we have 2000, 1500, 1500. This is the important thing about timelines. You need to have an even break in between all of those years. So there are three things that you need to consider when you are drawing a timeline. The first thing you need to decide is the total time span to be spanned by the line. So in other words, what's the earliest date and what's the latest date? And you need to work out that total amount of time that you're going to show on your timeline. Once you've decided your total amount of time, then you need to draw a suitable scale. And that scale needs to have equal divisions. So just as in the Bible, when we had 500 years as our scale, you need to work out what's the suitable scale and show it in equal divisions. The last thing you do is to add the events onto your timeline. So whatever you do, don't start drawing the events on your timeline until you have a scale. So let's have a look at drawing a scale. So here's a question on your sheet that you've had handed out to you. Draw a timeline from 9 AM to 2 PM. So the first thing you needed to do is decide how many hours are we spanning. So from 9 AM to 2 PM, we go to 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So we're looking at 5 hours. And if we have a look at the sheet, you have a timeline with 20 divisions already drawn on there for you. So if we have 5 hours, then obviously we need to have 4 divisions for every hour. So the way that you do this is, first of all, put 9 AM to start. Then we're going to go 4 divisions to our next hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put 10 AM after 4 divisions. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 11 AM. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 noon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 PM. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 PM. So now we have an even scale. So that's what I'm talking about. There are even divisions between 9 AM and 2 PM. So 9 AM, 10 AM, 11 AM, 12 noon, 1 PM, 2 PM. If you had some tasks you could, events to put on your timeline, now you would do it. So let's have another look at a different one. Draw a timeline from 1600 AD to 2000 AD. So we're talking still Anno Domini, so in the year of our Lord, 1600 to 2000. So if you think about your scale now, we need to work out from 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000, that's 400 years that we need to find an even scale for. So we still have 20 divisions here. So if we divide 20 by 4, we're going to have 5 divisions for each century. So 1600, we're going to place that down here. 1600, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can put 1700 after 5 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1800, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1900, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2000. So we now have our even scale, and now we can add events onto our even scale. We'll have a look at one more. Now, this is asking to draw a timeline from the 1st of January to the 30th of January. So this time we don't have dividers on there, so you need to work out how to put the equal divisions on there. And the way that you're going to do it is you're going to take your ruler and measure the length of your arrow. So I think it's going to be about 15 centimetres on your sheet. So we need to then think about, with 15 centimetres and 30 days. So the way that we would do that is 30 divided by 15 divided by 30. So 15 centimetres divided by 30 days, every day is going to be half a centimetre. So you need to mark all of your divisions on there so that there's going to be 30. Every half a centimetre, you're going to write a division. So there are all your divisions. Once you've done that, you can now add your dates. So we're going to add the 1st of January on the first one, then the 5th of January, 10th of January, 15th of January, 20th of January, 25th of January, and 30th of January. So that is how you go about producing your even scale. Once again, once you've done that, then you can start recording events. So if you had something which was on the 12th of January, you would be able to write it in here. Something else that happened on the 26th of January, you point it into this position here. Okay, let's have a look at an example of placing events onto a timeline. So here is Amy. She gets up at 7:30, has a shower at 7:35, gets dressed at 7:45, has breakfast, cleans her teeth, gets on the bus, catches the bus and arrives at school. What I would like you to do is to pause the video, draw yourself in your exercise book a timeline, remembering that it's going to go from 7:30 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. So you need to draw your scale first. Then once you have drawn your scale, add these events onto your timeline. So if you can pause the video now and work on drawing your timeline on Amy in the morning. Okay, this is what you should have. So you can see along the bottom we have an even scale. 7:30, 7:40, 7:50, 8 o'clock, 8:10, 8:20, 8:30, 8:40, 8:50, 9 o'clock. So that's the first thing that you should have done. You should have drawn your timeline, done an even scale, so between 7:30 and 9 a.m. was the difference, and then every 10 minutes you have a division. Once you had that, then you could add all of the activities that Amy got up to. So at 7:30 she got up, 7:35 she had a shower, at 7:45 she got dressed, at 8 o'clock she had a breakfast, 8:20 she cleaned her teeth, 8:30 she went to the bus stop, 8:40 she caught the bus, and at 8:55 she arrived at school. Now, using your timeline, can you please calculate these? The time that Amy got up to the time that she cleaned her teeth, the time that she cleaned her teeth to the time that she arrived at school, and the time that Amy got up to the time that she arrived at school. So if you can pause your video and answer these questions in your exercise book. Alright, so the answers that you should have are 50 minutes, 55 minutes, and 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if you did not get these answers, please raise your hand and ask one of the teachers for some help. Okay, the last activity you have on the other side of your worksheet, you need to draw yourself a timeline. Make sure you draw an even scale, and then you add the events after you've drawn your scale. So if you have any questions, please ask your teacher. Thank you.